What's going on, everybody? It's the trenches. We're getting ready to start the championships, but that means we're going to recap the semifinals. We're going to finish those out tonight. Two teams, unfortunately, are going home, but two are moving on that much closer to the $5,000. We're going to find out who's going to the championship. Let's see what happened last week. The way the playoffs have been going, the game breakers and fundraisers have still been in effect. Two lowest scoring losing teams were eliminated. Win and you were in. Rosters went back into the pool. Fab dollars got spent. All that's going to change tonight. Round 4, this was the final results. True Serum Football finishing with the top score. Chef Boyard DJ limping in. Average Joe Ballers, Dobbins Dobbies, had to say goodbye to them both. Missed those guys. Didn't make the cut last week. And so we move on. Your matchups for the semifinals, we had Jordan Thomas versus Nikki and Gladys, and Alex Whitlock versus Dave the Chef Boyard DJ Skull. Two teams were going to win, and they'll move on. The other two are going to be out of the competition and out of the running for the $5,000. This week, we rolled the dice again, draft day dice. They got to double a player. They got to steal an opposing player's points, and then they got to zero out a player. It's all happening tonight. Two teams are getting closer to $5,000. We're 1 week away from a grand champion, and it's starting up right now. Tonight. I don't think you guys can even hear anything.
I haven't heard anything in weeks.
Definitely a lot different without a whole bunch of people around and stacked up.
What you're saying is without Elio talking in the background.
You can sign them on. I miss Elio.
Here we go. Boom. There it is. It's time to set the championship, man. We're going to get the results of these semifinals, and we're going to be down another two teams, but we're that much closer to giving away $5,000. It's been a hell of a season.
It's been an amazing season. I went over and looked at the scores, and I was thinking, did the game breaker make a difference or did it not? It was kind of a hit and miss over there. So I was like, man, these players let some of these teams down, I think across the world in fantasy football. So we'll see what happens here coming up.
Well, you brought up the game breakers, and let me tell you, they had an effect this week for sure. The strategy to which they were employed obviously made a big difference. I don't know, teams, how are you guys feeling this week before we get this going? Who's moving on? Who doesn't really feel too good about it?
Well, I can say with certainty that Root will be here next week.
That is an absolute fact.
Fingers crossed.
It all depends on who he picks, man. 100%.
No.
I tried pulling some sneaky stuff. I don't know if it works. We haven't talked at all this week. So.
Well, let's go ahead and end the suspense and get into it.
Dum-dum.
Dark Horse versus Chef Boyard DJ. Raw score 140, 140, 134, 50. 6-point game. Until we do the game breaker. Alex doubled up on Ritter, and Chef doubled up on Mahomes. So we add the extra points because, of course, the first round is already in the raw score. Alex steals the QB, so he steals those Mahomes points, which were now doubled. So he steals those 62. Chef loses 62 as a result. Chef steals the kicker. and gave 0 to Alex's QB, which was doubled up. So Alex lost his 34 off his, and Alex zeroed Chef. So Chef lost the 8. It doesn't take a math genius, unfortunately, to run through this. Final scores. There you go. Shipway DJ, I am extremely sorry to say that you have been eliminated. Alex, congratulations. You're moving on.
Yeah.
Shipway DJ, you can tweet him at DavidJ17271. Drafted in the 12th position. Seemed to be a good position this year across a lot of the leagues I'm in. First 3 weeks, 1 and 2, then went on a 10-0 run. Gets the Total Domination Award, Total Dominator Award for that 10-week streak. 3 top scorers in the regular season. Fab Master Award because he made the waiver wire his bitch. He had more pickups this year. Your roster right now, even right now, is just ridiculously stacked. The GameBreaker absolutely is what did you in this week. You raised some nice money for the Andrew McDonough B Plus Foundation at bpositive.org. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Boy RDJ, David Skull, dominator of the regular league. Take a minute to say your goodbyes.
Well, man, it's been fun. That's like 3 matchups, and I think this was the kind of tiebreaker matchup, and 2 in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was I figured it would come down to you.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be the final, so not so early on twice.
I figured you'd catch on to it, but I didn't think you would. But that last minute switch, man.
Yeah, I've done it. That's how I might have got Elio. I don't know. I got him one way or another. Don't love it, but somebody's got to win.
Well, I love being here, guys. I've appreciated it a lot.
Hey, thank you for being here. I mean, great sportsmanship, great time, amazing skill, and maybe even some luck in there. I don't know, but it was fun to watch for sure. We do appreciate you being here.
Yeah, the strategy you used all season, absolutely paid off all year. I mean, you just, like I said, the way you work the wire, the way you set your lineups, mastered the game breakers every week. I mean, you were strategy all the way, and it got you all the way to the semifinals. It just outstanding play, and absolute pleasure to have you on the show this year. Just really outstanding.
I appreciate it, man. I'm still gonna bother the hell out of y'all.
Good. Look
I
forward
hope
to
so.
I'm going.
Man, you can be my co-manager.
That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you very much, Chef Way, our DJ, for playing. Feel free to stick around as we move on to the next match. True Serum Football, stealing balls, killing giants. Nikki and Gladys. Raw score 127-5, 134 against 7-point games. Super close matches this week. Just straight up, no alterations. Really cool. Truth Serum doubles up his kicker, adds another 8 points. Stealing balls doubles up their quarterback, doubles up that 14-7-5. But then True Serum steals the quarterback points that were doubled up. And so we see the 30-point swing happen there. But Stealing Balls gets most of that back by stealing the bench QB, which happened to be Brady. Stole the 23-15 back, but unfortunately that didn't take anything away from True Serum Football. True Serum got 0 to their kicker, so they lost 16. And True Serum had to give 0 to Foles, but Stealing Balls strategically dropped Foles, and so they actually lost nothing from their score. As you can see, it was a 7-point game. We see off the first line, we see Stealing Balls go up another 6. Then they drop 30. They get 23 back. True Serum drops 16. After all the math is done and over with. Extremely close game, extremely strong. competitors, and well played by both. These are your final scores. Stealing Balls, Killing Giants. I'm sorry, you guys have been eliminated from the competition. True
All right,
Serum, you
been
will
real.
move on. There we go. Boom.
Wow.
You could tweet them at Gladys L. Tyler. Find them at NikkiNick9384. They have so many podcasts and so many things going on. You have got to go look them up and catch all of their shows. They're all really good, and Gladys is an amazing writer. They drafted in the 6th position. First 5 games, they went 3-2. Last 6, they went 2-4, and still managed to make it to the semifinals because these girls know how to play. Top of the Mountain Award, highest score of the season, and we gave them, of course, the Humanitarian Award for raising $780 for the Dumb Friends League, ddfl.org. Ridiculous charity work there. Like I said, we really make a conscious effort not to differentiate. Everybody's a fantasy player, but you can't take away from the fact that there is a stigma out there about ladies in fantasy football, and you both have just completely blown it out of the water, and that's exactly what we were hoping for, because you guys are amazing players.
Yep, and that's what we
Congratulations
were
on that.
hoping for. We wanted to, have women watch maybe and see that you can play in a league dominated by men and still go pretty far. So that was the goal. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, dominated by women this year. Go ahead, Root.
I was going to say very much so. Thank you for showing up and being a part of this. I know 49 days ago you were not happy about my GameBreaker. I'm kind of quiet about it, but looks like the GameBreaker this week kind of just got the better. I really thought you were going to win that one because you played the strategy exactly correct. I was very impressed, and great job throughout the whole season. You and Gladys really kicked some butt, so great job, and we'll miss you guys.
100%.
Alright,
Anybody else?
I will say, I think it was like week 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there. I'd sent out a message to Gladys, I think, and I said, hey, you want to make a donation bet? And then it was over, probably an hour passed after our show. She hit me back up and she's like, oh yeah, if it was on the other way, I would have made you pay up. So here's $25 to your charity.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Raised money and gave it at the same time. So did you, Jordan. You got anything to say to your competitor there?
Man, Nikki and Gladys, it was definitely a blast playing with you guys. I have to say, Nikki, you are probably the most shit-talkingest female competitor I've ever been against, and it was so much fun playing against you guys. I loved every second of it.
Sounds like a new award you can give out for next season, Chris.
The-
The Nikki
That's
Gist
right.
Award.
The Nikki Gist Award. There you
We'll
go.
call it the
Nikki
Giz Award. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah,
I like it.
Well, again, I appreciate you coming out. So glad that you guys were a part of it, and sorry to see you guys go for sure. Like we touched on, the Fabulous Fundraisers, $3,100 raised for the different charities throughout the competition. Just amazing job by all the teams in doing that this year. And that's going to take us to the GameBreaker. True Serum Football, Dark Horse. You guys are moving on to the championships, and you'll see that all the GameBreakers are whited out. That's because it's the championship round. Here we go. This is your GameBreakers. Every player is available, kind of DFS style. You can pick anybody you want off the entire system. Set your lineups through email. Don't have to use Sleeper because you guys may pick some of the same players. You will lose your top scoring and bottom scoring player, kind of like the Olympics. Top scorer, bottom scorer, they'll get thrown out. And whatever your final score is, that will determine the championship. Obviously, the rub, neither of you are going to know who won because you're only going to know your own score. We'll see you guys next week for that. This is how it's going down. It's championship round. Started with 12. We're down to 2. Dark Horse, True Serum Football. What do you guys got to say for yourselves?
Look, the name says it all.
I had no idea. I thought for sure Nikki and Gladys took me out last week, so I'm shocked to be in this game. But yeah, man, happy to be here and coming for that throne, Alex.
My favorite part about this week in the championship is you guys are your own worst enemies. You set your lineup, and you will be the problem when it comes to the loss, because you have to panic about it all week. What am I going to do? Because like you saw this week, I mean, some of the top players were just getting 5 or 6 points, which was a nightmare. So it's going to be all your fault at the end.
Now you're right, but DFS with no budget, good to go.
That's right.
My question is, do we have to follow the positions on Sleeper?
Yes, you will make a normal roster, just as it's outlined, normal starting roster. But yeah, you get to choose anybody you want.
Okay.
Yep.
You get to set your dream lineup for next week.
I'm going to listen to Jordan's show on who to start as a lineup, so I know who to start.
You might have to skip a week, Jordan.
No, I'm ready. I got to get back into it. I've skipped the last couple.
Hey, we could do the same lineup, right? If I listen to your show.
Hey, let's do it, Alex. Let's do it. You listen to my show. I'll give you the worst fantasy advice you've ever received. I'm waiting for you.
Well, that happened the first time I listened to it.
It better not be a push, because then you're both losing. Then Chris and I are going to split it.
Darn right.
No, I'm not really going to play it like that, but I do like to get a feel out in these kind of weeks, because it's really difficult to pick, okay, do I want to start Stephon Diggs and Devontae Adams with a combined 10 points in PPR, or should I have started Jalen Waddle with 30 points?
It's all going to be about the matchups. It's all about this matchup right here. It's a $5,000 matchup. Dark Horses, Alex Whitlock versus True Serum Football's Jordan Thomas. They're going to be going at it. Someone's going to walk away with $5,000. It's the trenches. It's the championship. And it starts right